YouTube, what's going on? This is preaching. So I'm here at my contracted freight I got from this direct shipper, and I was talking with the owner, and he offered me two different deals. I got one now, right? That I do. This is seasonal. This goes from October to May, but he's looking for something year-round. That I still will do the one that I'm doing now, but then after May, if I want, I can do the other areas that he serviced. Now for that, I would need a truck. For that, and the price is right. The price is nice. The price is actually real nice. Now, I've been doing this for over a year. Right here. So they already know. They know me. They know the type of work I do. And even when my truck is down, I contact them and let them know. And they always fine with everything and things like that. And they know I come back as soon as my truck get back up and ready. Yeah, I'm wearing an old Warner shirt. This is my new work shirt. So he approached me with two good ones. Two good ones. One is the contract where it is just a flat rate, pretty much, and I get the loads as often as 2 times a week. It's only 2 times a week because they open up Monday through Thursday. So I'm going out further. So even if I pick it up on Monday, I won't be able to deliver it until Tuesday. Then I have to find something from Tuesday coming back. Then I won't be able to get back here until like Thursday. So there's still 2 loads. Those 2 loads for the week. But for those 2 loads for the week, he's going to pay me $3,100 a load. Right now I get paid $1,900 a load. And but to do the other one, it'll be $3,100 a load. All right. So I'm thinking about doing it. They 800-mile trips. So it's 800 miles one way for $3,100. So I'm thinking about doing it, but like I had to do with this one was I had to find a way for me to be able to get here to get these 2 loads a week, and I wind up getting another contract that pays me $1,250 to get up here. Now it didn't start off at $1,250. It didn't. I just was trying to get money to get up here. Okay, so it started off like at $750 is what it started off to, coming out of Florida. Up here. Started off at $750. I earned the way and negotiated my way up to $1,250 from $1,250. So that's a $500 difference from where it started, and that took me 3 months to go from $750 to $1,250 for the same miles. But between that $750 and the $1,900 that I got, it made up for the difference, because the total miles was a little bit over 1,100 miles was the total miles. That's including deadhead and everything, to come up and then to come back down. So coming back down is an extra 52 miles from where I stay at. So, but from where I stay at to come up and come back down, that's why it brought it up to almost 1,200 miles, total miles. So when you're doing that, when you look at it like that, okay, I'm still getting paid about $26.50. It was like $26.50, $26.25, something like that, for 2 days worth of work, but for a total of, like, say, rounded up to 1,200 miles. So that was still over how y'all like to do, this $2 a mile thing. You know, that $2 a mile, y'all crazy with that. I don't care less about no $2 a mile. That's not my thrashing point. That's not my aiming point. So at that time, it was still good at that time. Okay, now it's more because, like I said, it's an extra $500 more for the same amount of miles that I was doing before. So now it's good, but I earned that. But anyway, so I got presented, but I told them, you know, I plan on getting a truck, but the truck market's been kind of crazy out here lately. Is there good deals on trucks out there? Yes, especially in my neck of the woods. Yes, they are great deals. Okay, I'm still finding 2014, 2015 Pete's, Kenworths for about 45,000. Now before they was down to about 35,000. Now they're like 45,000, 50,000. Some of them don't even look like it's worth the 50,000. They don't. Some do. Some are very well taken care of. So very well taken care of. They higher mileage. So when you get in these trucks that already have 850,000 miles on it, and you already at, you know, $50,000 for the truck, $45,000 for a truck, well, you know, you gonna have engine problems. Okay, y'all see these prices on these trucks, they come with problems. So when you start paying over $50,000 for an old truck, you might as well say old truck. Ain't nobody out here buying no brand new trucks. None of y'all out here spending no $250,000, $225,000 for brand new trucks. They got 2018s that they sell for $180,000. So don't come on my comments with that foolishness, because y'all ain't doing it. Y'all gonna be buying these 2014s, 15s, and 16s, and maybe earlier. Me myself, I'm looking for a pre-emissions truck, like a 2006, around that time. I could take a little what is it, EGR, SCR, or whatever that they had up on it. I could take that. But all that other stuff, DEF and stuff, no. So I'm looking for like a 2006, 2007. Now I done found a lot of good shells. Okay, in my neck of the woods, they have these trucks that have no motors in them. They have no motors. The motors were blown up, so they just took the motor out, sold the rest of it for parts. So then they let you know, hey, this don't have no motor in it. So you have to get a motor in it anyway. But they're selling these trucks for $15,000, $18,000. And the shell looks great. Now, you don't know for sure about the transmission, and you can't test drive it. So you're taking a chance with the transmission, but then you got to find a motor. Now, I'm also seeing motors in my neck of the woods that they selling for $75,000. Even these cats, these cat C15s, twin turbos, C13s. I'm seeing M14s. I'm seeing the Cummins ISX. I see a whole bunch of Detroit 60 series, a whole bunch of those, the 12s and the 14s. So it's you can get these motors for like $85, $9,500 bucks. Now, while they're out, you might as well go ahead and go through them while it's out. So it would be a good plan. All right, even if you get one of these shells for $18,000, right? Say on the high end, because that's what I saw, $18,000 for the Pete's 389s. I saw those. I saw Freightliner Classics. I saw Kenworths. I saw Freightliner Centuries. But you get these shells that has no motor in it. Some don't have no motor or no transmission. Most of them have no motors. But say you get one of those. Well, you could buy one of these engines for $75,000, $8,000. Okay, rebuild it. Rebuild the engine. It's already out. Put all new parts on it. Go ahead and rebuild it, right? Get all in for another 15. So you had about, say, 25 right there. See, 25 for all new parts, rebuilt the whole 9 yards. You got it all painted. You got it all looking all beautiful all on the outside. So now you talking about, say, $35,000 for the new engine. That's putting it in, installing it, putting all new parts on it, all new wiring, because you're going to want new wiring. You're going to want new hoses. Get all that stuff, put it all in there, right? So you could be all in $50,000 right there. I'd rather spend my $50,000 on that, and knowing that, hey, I got a warranty on this engine. I have everything new on this engine. Piping, seals, gaskets. I have everything new on this here Joker. Everything new. I'd rather pay my $50,000 for that than to go out and give somebody else $50,000 for their truck you don't know nothing about. As soon as that money leave your hand and you got that title, a week later you start going through all these engine problems. A month later you spending money on it. Now you mad because you just spent $50,000, $55,000, $60,000, $65,000 on the truck. You all on YouTube talking about you got a limit, which limits only apply to brand new vehicles. That's it. So you can't have a limit on a used vehicle. No, ain't no limit. Ain't no limit. It's a used vehicle, you know. So, and there's even no limit law on commercial vehicles anyway. But think about that. $50,000 you got a brand new, everything is brand new. And while they doing your engine and stuff, hey, you can go ahead and say, hey, I can go ahead and spend another $5,000 on my interior. Go ahead and do, get myself a dash, paint it how I want to paint it, redo the floors. You can go ahead and get you some seats, redo the interior. Hey, you can even paint the truck. I'm seeing all on Facebook, they charging like $3,000 to paint your whole truck. Fix all your repairs, all on the outside, the whole 9 yards, for $3,000. All on Facebook Marketplace. I've seen all this kind of crazy stuff. So I'm like, okay, you can put, say, another $10,000 into all that. Getting your truck painted, getting your inside done, getting your tanks and stuff painted. You can have your truck looking real good for $60,000, and it's paid off, and you got the security of a brand new engine, the hoses, everything. At least you know what you got. I've seen some trucks for $15,000 that they selling with these engines. I'm like, well, shoot, I can buy one of these trucks for $15,000. Go ahead and spend another $12,000 because the in-frame kit's going to be anywhere from $3,500, depending on the type of truck that you got, to $5,000 for the in-frame. Now, if you just want to go ahead and get all your injectors and everything like that into it, now you're talking about, okay, the whole platinum thing, what, $8,000, $10,000 for a kit, another $4,000, $5,000 for your mechanic to do the work. Now you all in $30,000 and your engine is solid. You got a warranty on it. You good to go. Just like that, boom, you good to go. Right at $30,000. And most of everybody always say what they always say. I got $35,000. I got $40,000. What truck to get? Well, there you go. Go out, get yourself a $15,000, $16,000, $17,000 truck. Rebuild the engine. Put you some brand new tires on this Joker. Go ahead and redo your brakes, your drums. Go ahead and just do it all. You can make sure your air conditioner is blowing right tight. You're good to go. You can get all that stuff done for your $30,000, $35,000, and your truck is paid off. And now you're good. How things are going, it's like, well, shoot, you can go out and buy yourself one of these $15,000 trucks, rebuild the engine with the papers, make it look real nice again, and then throw that thing back up for sale. Flip it. You bought the truck for $13,000. You put another $13,000 into it, another $15,000. You put $30,000 into it. Now you bring that bad baby back up for sale for $75,000. There you go. You done made a big profit off that Joker. See? Now you got your money back that you put into it, and you got another $35,000 off of it. Why? Because you sold it with a rebuilt engine on it, and you got the paperwork to prove that it's been rebuilt. Shine it all up, you good to go. Y'all always ask I got, what truck to buy, things like this. There's ways you could do it. When you run a business, this video get long. When you in a business, you have to find a way. All right, you have to find a way. When you asking other people what kind of truck I should buy, well, that means you're not ready to buy the truck. You don't need to come out here because you don't know what you're doing. So how about learning what you're doing first? Nobody can't tell you what type of truck to buy because they don't know your business plan. So how you gonna ask somebody what kind of truck should you get? Now you can say, hey, I'm thinking about buying this particular truck. It's a 2013 Kenworth T700. It has a Cummins ISX motor in it. Do you think that's a good truck? Was that a good year for that motor and stuff? That somebody could take, hey, it's a good motor, but that fuel pump, if it's the original, you're going to want to change it because those ceramic plunges that's inside of the fuel pump tends to break and go through your engine, and now they'll tear your engine up. Now you have to get yourself a whole nother engine because of that ceramic. So if you're going to get it, make sure that, hey, you change out that fuel pump on that thing, or it's going to tear your truck up if you're going to do it. And then sometimes some of the injectors has a tendency to leak around the seals a little bit. That's the kind of information that you need to know about particular things when somebody is telling you something, or you ask somebody, hey, I'm thinking about getting this truck, it has this particular type of engine. Do you think that's a good? Well, what's your application? What you plan on hauling? What you plan on doing? Well, I'm thinking about getting this. Well, you think about getting those Cat C15, a C15. Well, hey, with those, man, those bolts that connect to the rocker arms, they be popping under pressure. They known the proper. And then some of the seals, it leaks real bad. It be having a bad leak up under there sometimes. So you want to know about that. Hey, what about this in particular motor? It's a 2016, 17. Hey, well, that crankcase seal tends to leak on that ISX right there. A lot of people be having to change that out. They got to change that out. They got to take your whole front of your engine got to come out just to replace that seal. So you don't want to do that. So that's the kind of stuff that you should be asking people once you done found the particular type of truck, and you just want a little reassurance on if you're making the right decision based off of what you plan on hauling, what you're trying to do. Okay, but the point is, listen, there's different ways out here to get a truck and get a truck running right. If you got the money, okay. If you don't have the money, be honest with yourself. Okay, I know a dude. He got a Freightliner Century. I had a video of it that that my mechanic was selling. That Freightliner Century, that Freightliner Classic XL. He bought it. He bought the truck for $15,000. He bought that truck for. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that engine. Didn't have an in frame done. Transmission. He had a brand new transmission, brand new clutch. The engine and transmission and stuff's tight, and he got that for $15,000. An in frame. Now the truck on the outside and the inside looked like garbage. Y'all saw the video. It looked like garbage, right? It did. It looked like a garbage. You see that truck now? He didn't painted that truck. He didn't sandblasted the frame. He got the frame repainted black, and he painted the truck white. He didn't redid the dash. He didn't redid the floors on it. He didn't put new lights on that thing. That thing looked beautiful. I mean, that thing is hitting on all 4 cylinders. He didn't got it all the chrome shined up. Only thing he got left is the seats, and then the vinyl in back that he's doing. He don't even got the truck on the road yet. He's been working on that truck for 2.5 months, and he can run it because there's nothing wrong with it. But he's taking his time to get this truck how he wants. He's still working his regular job and taking his time and doing little bit by little bit to get the truck how he wants to get the truck before he puts it on the road. It's ways to get out here and do this. You don't have to get a truck that's 100% ready. You can get something, have the vision, have that plan, keep your faith, man, keep praying, believe God gonna do it for you, all right? All right, man, this is 20 minutes, man. I'll talk to y'all later.